press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, today I am going to start with the summary of the chapter fiber to fabric. See, fiber is nothing but long thin thread like structure is called as fiber, and the fabric is nothing but cloth. See, in this lesson we have to learn about the different types of fabric which are used in our daily life. See, in which fibers, on turning or pressing the fibers to make the fabric, there are three distinct features are outlined here, and in which first one is dietary fiber, natural fiber and the synthetic fiber. See, dietary fiber are those fiber which are used in our food, and that one we call it as a dietary fiber. Example for those dietary fibers are sugar and also the spinach. These are the examples of the dietary fiber, and these fibers do not used for preparing the cloth. See, in which next one is second one, that one is a natural fiber. See, natural fiber are those fiber which are made from the nature and also the natural occurring sources like plant as well as the animal. See, example for those natural fibers are cotton as well as the jute. These are two examples for natural fiber, and the next one is synthetic fiber. See, synthetic fiber are those fiber which are prepared by man by using different types of chemicals applied to the making the cloth, and such fibers are called as synthetic fiber. See, next we shall move on to the fibers to yarn. See, for fibers to yarn, as we all know that fiber is nothing but long thin thread like structure is called as fiber, and it is sometimes it is a short in length also, and the yarn is nothing but group or the bunch of fibers which can be twisted and pressed to make into the long thin thread like structure is called as yarn. And in this heading there is one process is coming, and that one we call it as a spinning process. See, spinning is nothing but the process of twisting the fiber to make into the yarn, and that one we call it as a spinning. See, for doing the spinning there are two simple tools are used, and that one is a hand spindle and one more is there, and that one we call it as a spindle. In other word it is called as charaka. See, charaka usually started by the freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhiji. He encouraged Indians to stop using the machine, instead of use these hand spindle and also the spindle. See, this is all about the different types of spindle. Next we shall move on to the yarn to fiber. See, to make the yarn to fiber there are two different process will be coming here, and in which first one is weaving. Weaving is nothing but the process of arranging two sets of yarn to make into the fabric, and these fibers are together used or mix up, and that process is called as weaving. And see, arranging two different types of fabrics one another in a rectangular shape have to arrange, and this process is known as weaving. See, next we shall move on to the knitting. See, weaving and knitting both are the process which comes under the heading yarn to fiber. See, knitting, usually for this process knitted needle is used. See, knitted needle is this one, and the yarn, a ball of yarn we call it as this one. See, by using the knitted needle and the ball of yarn, the process will be, this process is called as knitting. Knitting is nothing but a single yarn is used to make the fabric is called as knitting. See, here one diagram is showing that how the process will be takes place by using the knitted needle and also the yarn. See here, and by using these two materials they used to prepare the fabric. See, next we shall move on to the history of clothing. See, history of clothing, in which cloth has to be comes in this heading. See how the cloth will be, what is the secret or what is the history behind the clothing, the process of clothing, how it will be produced in our life. See, in olden days, what will happen? Early man lived in a cave, and he used it to protect himself. He always tied different types of leaves and also grass around himself. In the next generation, slowly he learned to weave the different types of cloth. See, like that, while hunting, people hunt the different types of animal for food as a meat and also for the skin, and large quantity of skin is wrapped around his body. See, the picture is given here. See, large quantity of his body is covered with a skin, and which is tied at the shoulder position, and like that man learned to weave the cloth by using the skin as well as the different types of plants fiber. See, and the next generation, when the technologies has to be improved, man slowly learns to gather or to collect different types of wool from the wool yielding animals. See, from the wool yielding animal, he slowly learned how to use the wool. See, in this process, what he will do, he will collect the wool from the wool yielding animal. Later, he used to prepare the different types of cloth. Till then, 13th and 14th century, man used to wear unstitched cloth, like for example, sari, dhoti, lungi and muffler, etc. In nowadays also, these type of cloths are wore. See, and the next generation, what will happen? See, it is believed that Indians were the first people who make use of cotton cloths, and in the next generation, man learned to use the different types of cloth, which are different shapes and different colors will be there, and different fabrics are also used. And say, this is how history of clothing will be takes place. Next, we shall move on to the types of fabric. See, types of fabric is nothing but the cloth. See, fabric is classified into three types, in which first one is natural fabrics, second one is artificial, and the third one is blended fabric. See, in which first we shall move on to the natural fabric. Natural fabrics are those fabrics which occur in the nature. That one is plant fiber, and from the animal fiber we get the natural fabrics. See, next we shall move on to the plant fiber. See, as I told, it's a natural fiber. See here, plant fabric, production of the cotton, in which production of the cotton is also a plant fabric. See, the process will be like this. From the cotton plant we get the cotton, like that. In next process, from the cotton fiber we get the cotton yarn, and the bales will be prepared compactly. This cotton will be packed, and later it will shifted to the another process. Like that, the finished product will be comes from this cotton. See, cotton is usually white color fluffy ball, and which is obtained from the plant called as cotton plant, and it requires black color soil, and usually it is present in the black soil. It will grow the black soil. It requires the plenty of water, that is rainfall, and it warm climate it will required. And this is short about the cotton. See, there is one process is comes under this heading, and that process is called as ginning. See, ginning is nothing but the process of removal of seeds from the cotton is called as ginning. And there is one tool, nothing but the one small instrument has to be used, and that one we call it as a gins. Gins is nothing but small comb like structure and large comb like structure which are used to remove the cotton from the cotton ball. See, it's very difficult to remove the seeds from the cotton, so there is one instrument has to be used, and that one we call it as a gins, and that's why the process will be called as ginning. See, once again I will tell you, production of the cotton. See here, cotton ball is there, and from the cotton plant we get the cotton ball, like that. has this cotton ball can be removed by the process of ginning, and later the process will be process will be done, and later later weaving and the knitting process will be there, and last one is the finished product, that one is a cotton cloth. See, there are varieties of cotton cloths will be there: towel, cotton dresses, saree, etc. These are some examples of the cotton. See, next we shall move on to the production of the jute. See, jute is also a plant product. Plant source we get the jute. Jute is a cheapest fiber compared to the cotton. See, jute is obtained from the plant called as patson, which are grow in a low lying land, and it requires plenty of rainfall, and also it required the clay soil. See, compared to the cotton is required the black soil, but this one, that is jute, is required the clay soil. See, during flowering stage, people used it to harvest. See, this is the diagram of a jute plant. See, during the flowering stage of the patson plant, usually people harvest this type of plant, and later it can be immersed in 20 to 25 days in the water. See, either they used it to keep it in a pot or any other container, or sometimes what will happen, streaming water can be used for immersed this type of stem. See, outer part of the stem of the jute plant contains the fiber, nothing but the jute fiber. See, jute fiber can be obtained, that one is a outer part of the stem contains the jute fiber. See, this is how the process will be like that. See, first jute plant, from the jute plant jute fiber is obtained, from the jute fiber jute yarn is prepared, and from the jute yarn jute fabric will be prepared. Usually this jute plant is used for packaging the materials, and there is varieties of products, that is cloths, will be prepared by using the jute. See, jute rope is also there, nothing but the yarn, and the jute bags also there, and this is how there are the varieties of products which comes from the jute plant. See, next we shall move on to the animal fabric. See, animal also yields different types of fiber, and that one is called as wool. See, in which first one is production of wool. Wool is usually produced by the wool yielding animals like sheep, goat, camel, rabbit, etc., or the yak. These are some examples of the wool yielding animals. See here, sheep is there, and from the sheep fleece will be there. Fleece is nothing but the hair, and from the hair there is a process will be done, and that one we call it as a shearing. Shearing is nothing but the process of removing skin along with the hair is called as shearing. See, by using the process shearing, we have to remove fleece along with the skin, and later different types of process will be applied and chemicals will be applied, and thereby we get the wool, and this wool can be used to prepare different types of cloth. See, this is all about the production of the wool. See, due to the heat will be trapped here, heat will be absorbed, and air will be trapped here, that's why it is a fluffy in nature, means it is a smooth in nature like cotton, and this will be like this. See, next we shall move on to the next we shall move on to the production of the silk. See, production of the silk is also a animal fiber. We get from the silk from the animals only, and that one we call it as a silkworm. See, usually silkworm lays egg in the mulberry plant. Name of a plant, that one is a mulberry. See, after laying the eggs on the mulberry leaf, the eggs will be hatches, and later it will forms the silkworm, and the next process is cocoon. See, after hatching the eggs, silkworm is formed, and later it will circulate the silk around itself, and here cocoon with developing moth. Inside the cocoon, there is a developing silk moth will be there, and later the female as well as the male silk moth will be produced. See, this is how the silkworm will be, the history or the life cycle of the silkworm will be there. See, there is one process is there, and that one we call it as a sericulture. Sericulture is nothing but the process of rearing of silkworm to obtain the silk is called as sericulture. See here they have to use to rear the sericulture for to get to obtain the silk for various types of fabrics. For example, silk saree is there, silk cloth, silk different types of dresses will be there, and this is all about the products of the silk. See, next we shall move on to the synthetic fabric or the man-made fabric. See, example is polyester. See, this is the man-made fabric or the synthetic fabric. By using different types of chemicals, man prepared this type of fabric. See, this is how man will be used, and this can't be produced in the nature, and that one we call it as a man-made fabric or the synthetic fabric. See, next we shall move on to the blended fabric. Blended fabric are those fabrics which are, by using this type of fabric, both the natural fabrics as well as the artificial fabrics will be used, and such type of fabrics are called as blended fabrics. See, for blended fabrics, example of this one is terracotta. See, name only indicates that terracotta, terry means terylene and the cot means nothing but the cotton. See, both they have used it in a short form terracotta. See, by why they are using two different types of fabric means it's a cloth, that one is a blended cloth, will be durable and easy to maintain, and like that there are different long lasting nature is there, and it increases the strength. This is how blended fabrics will be prepared. See, once again I will tell you the summary. See, fibers are classified into three different types. One is dietary fiber, natural fiber and the synthetic fiber. See, dietary fiber are those fiber which are used in our food, and that one we call it as a dietary fiber. And the natural fiber are those fiber which are present in the nature and which is obtained by the natural sources like plant as well as the animal. And the synthetic fiber are those fiber which are used by the man and by using the different types of chemicals. See, this is how fibers are be divided. Next we shall move on to the fibers to yarn. There is one spinning process will be comes here. The process of turning or twisting the fibers to make the yarn is called as spinning. And here two main tools are used. One is hand spindle and another one is charaka. Hand spindle are used by using the long stick will be there, and here yarn will be also there. See, next one is charaka. Charaka is started by Mahatma Gandhi ji to encourage the Indians to stop using the machine instead of using the spindle and the hand spindle. Like dhoti and different types of fabrics can be prepared by using these two processes. See, next we shall move on to the yarn to fiber, where one process will be comes here, and that one is a weaving. See, weaving is nothing but the process of arranging two sets of yarn to make the fabric, and that one we call it as a weaving. See here, two sets of yarn is used, and that one we call it as a weaving. One another it is overlap and rectangular shape can be weaved, and that one we call it as a weaving. See, next one is knitting. See here, knitted needles are used and yarn will be used. By using these two instruments, we can easily make the fabric, and that one we call it as a there are different examples will be there, muffler, shawl, etc. These are the examples for knitting process. Here the definition of the knitting is Here single yarn is used to make the fabric, whereas in weaving 2 sets of yarn are used to make the fabric. See, this is how the two process will be differ from each other. Next we shall move on to the history of clothing. In olden days, early men used to wear different types of leaves and grasses around the body to protect himself by the cold, by the sunlight, and for the harsh animal he used to wear or he tied the different grasses and the leaves. Next generation wise he improved his technology, and later he learned to weave by using the needles and also the plant fiber. People used to hunt the different animals and to get the skin also, and to make use of food as a meat, and this is how man learned to weave the different types of grasses by using the needle. And see, when he learned to weave, he prepared different types of fabrics. For example, cloths will be prepared, and the basket, mattresses will be prepared. And in the next generation, what will happen? Man will slowly learn and he develops the skill of weaving in olden civilization like in India, China, and China are the next China, India, and Japan. China, India. These are these in olden civilization. These two countries will be used. See, till then 13th and 14th century, man used to wear unstitched cloth. For example, dhoti, sari, lungi, and the muffler. See, these are nowadays these type of cloths are used. See, in the next generation, what will happen? People adopt to wear different types of cloths which apply to different chemicals, and also there is a very fashionable designs of cloth. Until now also people searching, scientists are searching different types of methods for cloth improvement. Next we shall move on to the types of fabric. Fabrics can be divided into 3 types. One is natural, artificial, and blended fabric. See, in which natural fabric is categorized into 2 main parts. That one is a plant fiber, and one more is there, that one is a animal fiber. Plant fiber, plant fabric, nothing but the plant fiber. Production of the cotton. See, cotton is also a plant fiber. Cotton is obtained from the cotton plant, and this fiber can be, it is a plant, cotton plant is an annual shrub, and these are used for preparing the cotton cloth. See, there is a process will be there here. First spinning process will be there, and the ginning process also there, ginning process, next spinning process, weaving, and the knitting process. These are the different types of process applied to make the cotton cloth. Example for the cotton cloths are cotton dresses, cotton dresses like sari, dresses, chudi, etc. These are the towel also. These are some examples of the cotton fabric. Next we shall move on to the production of the jute. See, jute is usually obtained from the plant called as patson. See, the outer part of the stem contains the fiber, that one is a jute fiber, and to get these type of jute fiber, we have to immerse the jute fiber into the water nearly around 20 to 25 days. After that, we can easily get the jute fiber. Before going to immerse in the water, first we have to keep it in mind that water will be clean, and later after 20 to 25 days the stem will be rotten, and thereby we get the jute fiber. See, there are the different process will be there, and like that from the jute plant we get the jute fiber. From the jute fiber we make it into the yarn, and the jute yarn we make it into the jute fabric. See, there are different types of jute products will be there, jute yarn, jute bags, and packaging materials also used, and here some examples will be given here. See, this is how jute plant will be used, and it is very cheapest fiber compared to the cotton. Next one is animal fiber, in which production of wool is there. See how the production of wool will be there, means we get the wool from the wool yielding animals like sheep, goat, camel. These are some examples which we get the wool from these animals. See here, from wool yielding animal fleece will be there, and this is nothing but the hair. From the fleece we get the wool. There is one process is coming here, and that one we call it as a shearing. Shearing is nothing but the process of removing the skin along with the hair is called as shearing. See, this is how the process will be there. From wool yielding animal we get the wool, and from the wool yielding animal we get the wool, and from the wool we make the yarn, and from the yarn we make the different types of wool product. See, this is how the production of the wool will be takes place. Next we shall move on to the production of the silk. See, this is the history of the silkworm. History is nothing but how will be these silkworm will be grown. See, in which first one is there. See, usually this silkworm lays egg in a mulberry plant where the mulberry leaf silkworm lay eggs, and later the eggs will be hatches into the silkworm, and this hatched silkworm will be formed a cocoon where it will circulate the silk around itself, around the body, and later inside the cocoon there is a developing cocoon will be there, and the last process is the cocoon silkworm or the moth will be formed or produced. See, in your higher classes this history of the silkworm will be studied in more detail. And next one is synthetic fabric. Synthetic fabrics are those fabrics which are made by the man or the man-made fabric, and that one we call it as a synthetic fabric. By using different types of chemicals has to be prepared. And the next one is blended fabric. See here, for preparing the blended fabric both the natural fabric as well as the artificial fabrics are used. And why these two types of fabrics are used means it has a durable and also strength, it increases the strength and easy to maintain. Example is there terracotta. See, name only indicates that terracotta is nothing but the terry means nothing but the terylene, it's a artificial fabric, and the cot means nothing but the cotton. Cotton is a natural fabric. Both these two type of fabric are used to prepare the blended fabric. That one is a terracotta, which are very much used and easy to maintain. It increases the strength and durable in nature. See, this is all about the fabric. Thank you.